Welcome. Matter of fact, if you wouldn't mind, can you turn it down? Yeah, like, you'll see, there's press 68 or something, and then it'll probably click off and won't click on too often. And I think I still have it on the very high. Thank you, sir. Sorry, we just about didn't ask you. Okay. How are we all holding up?
What did you say?
Okay.
That's a nice.
Yeah, it is kind of the minimum, like, present. But I've had more than a couple of teachers tell me that the secret to studies is showing up. Literally using the phrase showing up. Like, oh, Guru, what's the secret lesson of it? What did the CH present? I was like, show up. Like, showing up is well more than half of it. You know, so my ongoing statement about that is if accepting contagion, show up. You know. So I have a long time student, you know, they've been with me like 20 years, and he had a stroke last week.
Oh.
And he was in class last night. And I was
Wow.
like, show up, so you're not contagious. Got more appointments, got this medicine, got got a new outlook on life, you know, but he showed up. And you think, well, you could not come that week, you know, showed up. You're not contagious, showed up. You know, I remember one time I had an operation on my foot. And I had the operation, and probably 3 hours later I was on a plane to Louisville to see Casta, because I was teaching a workshop in Kentucky. And it was like some kung fu martial league kind of thing. I had this boot on my foot, canes or whatever, you know, groggy, I was like, here. Not gonna exactly do what I thought we were gonna do with the 8 hours of footwork drills. We're gonna do something else, you know. I was like, that's totally fine. Yeah. That was my first time going to Mike's studio too. And I was like, oh, what are you gonna do? It is how it is. So that's an important thing, and really. When you think about showing up being the trick, it's not that if you show up then you're going to get some stuff. You know, like all the secrets are given out, but Greg didn't bother to come because it was a little inconvenient tonight because of the, you know, and then, well, you just show up and we would have handed out the treats to everybody. It's not if you show up then you'll get the stuff. It's like if you determine that you're going to show up and you make that happen, that's most of the work. Like that's most of the secrets, if you want to call it secrets, that's most of the fruit on the tree, is you deciding this is important enough. And I don't mean my class in my school, I just mean this sort of a thing. Is you making that determination, like this is important enough to have a discipline, to get there. It's inconvenient today, and could have gotten an earlier flight if I didn't have class, but now no, showing up is, you know, a giant part of it. And I've been doing this for a long time and going to a lot of classes, and there's I have my share where I don't want to do my push-ups when I can, and my back is pretty, I don't want to do the workout I know we're going to do. And sometimes partway through I still don't feel like I want to. It's not like it's always this magic where once I do it I'll feel, you know, sometimes I'm just grumpy or not feeling it, you know, I'm a human being. But I showed up. You know, and if I showed up, then, you know, the seeds got watered, the seeds got fertilized, the weeds got pulled. Like, never, even if it's a bad class, like I did a big part of it by showing up. So, and you know, that we're gonna see in the next, you know, let's say 6 weeks, with, you know, weather and holidays and a little nagging, you know, scratch in the throat and a bunch of other events that happen this time of year. Like, you know, you guys will have that opportunity in front of you every Wednesday, and you know, you do what you like. So when she says present, like I don't hear a voice, tell me more, tell me how you made a week. Like I'm hearing that's 85% of my day. You're present. You know, she might be in that mood or not have a great class or misspeak or forget homework, like, you know, and do all the other stuff, however it goes, but showing up, that's not a little thing. And in fact, that was described to me by, I'm thinking twice, but it might have been 3 times, teachers just used the phrase showing up in answer to some kind of a what's the secret kind of a question, you know, what's the most important thing to, something like that. And when I frequently poll in one of the classes, my teacher is a student in one of the classes I teach, and I'll frequently poll the class, and when there's a new student, like, and I'll ask what's the most important thing, and we'll go down, and he has always said the same answer, right? You know, when I do that, I'll say, you know, when we get to him, for 15 or 20 years that he's been studying with me, or whatever number, I don't know, 10, 12, 15, whatever it is, he'll say the same thing. He's like, keep coming. You know, like, keep coming. And you'd think he'd offer some other thing. The secret is, the circle is more of an oval. Oh, yeah. Or, you know, or something that you think he'd have, because he could do that. He's a teacher. He could, what is it, man? Keep showing up. Don't stop showing up. I'll just say that. And, you know, if he's had the time and the experience, if he wanted to think of a cooler thing, he could have, but there isn't a better answer. So, you know, you might think, well, when's he gonna have a better answer? But then hopefully you'll think more and say, oh no, that's the best answer. Keep coming. So, how's it been for you, Ethan? Survey says.
Show me.
Show me. Gregory? That's good. That's also good.
We say that a lot at our real estate investor events, right? Because 95% of it is showing up. Most people never show up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we always ask is, how are you showing up for your business?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. And I'm sure that you put your time in, and you're 99% right. This is not worth it to go to this open house because I've already talked to these investors and it's just going to waste 2 hours of my day. Like, I'm sure that thought, and you're probably right, these people aren't actually going to buy anything. But if you ask the other question, show up. You're like, what are you practicing? What are you getting to know? What might you learn? You know, and that it's particularly tough after you've had some experience, you know, because you guys could all, after let's say 3 years of this, you could say, you know, I've had 150 classes, so if I don't come this Wednesday because it's a little awkward, I have the car in the shop or something, it's 1 out of 150 I missed. So in a sense, it's easier not to show up after a while because the one class you missed is a smaller thing. Mm-hmm. And when you have that experience, you might say, I know these, I mean, I know, they're not going to buy anything. I don't have to go to somebody else. But that's not the question before you, it's what are you doing to show up? Because it's, the fruits are in you. No. Should I move on, or are you going to say more?
Just glad to be here.
We're glad to have you. Mr. G, and? clear on tape before, but don't practice any more teaching while you're driving.
Crucial.
If you had said, I decided to do that for my meditation, it's your fault, Steve.
Yeah, I blame you.
Right.
And now the legal aspects are your problem.
So they continued climbing the stairs when I decided to question the reality of the stairs.
Right. And how about you?
I'd say, so this past week has been challenging for me, and it's been challenging for me. It's just been a tough week, and there's reasons why, and I just have to keep going. But so it has had me look back at a lot of my notes and
Mhm.
try to make things, try to help myself by reviewing the notes and
Has,
applying things.
has
That's-
anybody else had to do that, where they kind of gone back on a few weeks of notes?
All the time.
My bet is that when you go back, something will just seem right for you that didn't exactly feel right for you when you took the notes. Because when you took them, it was really the week before that was really for you. But now when you look back, like, oh no, it's this other week, that thing for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Did you guys have that happen?
I
At all? Yeah. That's one of the reasons that we keep varying things, because you want to have, it's nice to have a hammer, but it's nice to have pliers and a screwdriver and a flathead and a long nose pliers, and just to have the variety of tools. Even if you still mostly use the hammer, it's still nice to have a bunch of appropriate tools. Okay, tough week. Anybody have any questions about what they were working on or trying to work on? Something to bring into the light for discussion? Or should I just start leading us through some?
Maybe what are some good audio tracks to put on during meditation?
Silence.
Yeah, I do sell that CD.
Silence?
Yeah, it's a double CD, so it's $30, but.
But it's not a DVD, so we're all set.
Yeah, well, I have DVDs that recommend it, or CDs. In fact, I have these because we were doing the Homage Lisa, and these have that on it. So that's why there's I think last week was that. But I usually have them, the ones that I recommend. So we can chat afterwards and see what suits you. And I usually get, a lot of times I get them signed too, but I usually try to get them from the artist so that the bulk of the money's going to them instead of middle people. It is worth respecting if you were to get a tape that's sort of made for meditation. When they say don't operate heavy machinery, even though we're just joking about that, because I know some people that have put on a meditation tape when they're driving, and then like, whoa, I have to hit stop. Oh my god, so. But yeah, it can be nice to help to set the mood in the same way that candles can be, or your idol or something like that. But we want to distinguish between relaxation and the work of meditation. And often just putting on some music and you sit and maybe you have a candle lit or something and you're taking the music and you're relaxing, and there's a lot of good stuff that goes there biophysiologically, but it's not meditation. You're relaxing and you probably deserve that and had a tough week, and that's part of what you need, and that's fair. But then to think it was meditation, yeah. So that would be the thing to distinguish. So when somebody gets a music for that, I just like to caution that, because they might end up thinking of meditating, because they played somebody chanting for a half hour, but really they were relaxing, and that's fine and important and healthful, but it's not the work in meditation. Yeah. Similar to what we were talking about a few weeks ago with sitting, not lying down, you know, because you're at that risk, and you might feel better after, but you probably just needed the rest too. You just weren't working